CBS News has learned one of the 4 American soldiers killed in the ambush in Niger may have been kidnapped by Islamic militants. The Pentagon has not said how Sergeant David Johnson became separated from the others. Debora Patta in Niger reports on what the country's military is saying.
Hundreds of bullet casings and bushes stained with blood. Evidence of just how intense the fighting was where 4 U.S. Special Forces lost their lives. Terrified villagers said the battle raged on for more than 2 hours. The U.S. and Nigerian troops had stopped for supplies here in the village of Tongo Tongo when heavily armed attackers appeared on motorbikes and started shooting. Initially, a few ISIS fighters drew the troops to this spot. They burnt down that school and then pushed them in this direction to where the ambush actually took place over there. When it was over, village elder Adamu Bububakar said he saw 3 U.S. soldiers slumped dead. 2 of the bodies were in the vehicle and another on the ground, he said. They'd been stripped of their uniforms. But Sergeant David Johnson's body was found 2 days later, about half a mile away. Nigerian military sources tell us they believe ISIS fighters decided to try and kidnap Johnson, but they later shot him and dumped his body in the bushes, his hands roped together. Nigerian military sources insist the mission was to capture a terrorist leader and not reconnaissance, as the Pentagon has stated. Either way, they were instructed to stay overnight in territory where more than a dozen extremist groups are operating. This Nigerian soldier would only speak to us if we did not show his face.
Do you think you were taking too big a risk?
The Americans, he said, yes, they took a risk. The U.S. military is spending millions of dollars to build up its presence in Niger and the region as the number of extremist groups continues to grow. There are already 800 U.S. troops stationed on the ground, and Anthony, construction has begun on a second drone base.
Debora Patta in Niger continuing her extraordinary reporting there. Thanks.